God does not make empty promises. You sometimes forget this, and you get impatient that you do not wait on God to fulfill His promise. There is no way God would ever leave His followers stranded. He has a plan for every soul. Many times you do not serve God enough to make Him make promises to you. God would always want to be involved in whatever it is you are doing, and He would want to perfect your plan. The most important time in your life is making sure you report to God about everything you need to do. God is superior, and He already knows how everything will turn out to be. God has power over all, and He would perfect all the promises He made to you. He is the God that never fails. You tend to be in a hurry that you do not feel the need to wait for God. Sometimes God tests you to see if you would be patient enough to wait on Him. Most times you tend to find alternatives. You will always get to your destination if you wait on God. Isaiah 41 verse 10 says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Most times you are afraid of failure. Too many things that you fail to realize that God is with you through this journey. You are usually concerned about the wrong things, even after God has instructed you to put all your hopes and trust in Him. This attitude shows that you do not trust God enough to put Him in charge of your life. God is the master planner. He is the only one who cannot make mistakes. He knows what and when everyone needs something in their lives, and He is the God of perfection. He has promised to strengthen and help you physically, mentally, and spiritually. You cannot do anything if it is not the will of God. God always asks you to trust Him. Of course, He is the one who created you, and He has power over the living and the non-living things. God also promises to uphold you with His righteous right hand. This means He would hold you with high esteem, with high honor, and He would not let anything evil come close to you. Isaiah 26 verse 3 says, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you." God really loves His people. God knows the people who are steadfast in worshiping Him and who will never stop singing His praises and would be thankful for everything He has done for them. Losing your faith is a very common occurrence in today's world. You are quick to give up on worshiping God, whereas He is never ready to give up on you. You are special to Him, and He proves it all the time. He would never stop helping you in difficult situations, even though most times you are not appreciative about it. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8 says, "The Lord Himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged." God has made a promise to always be there for you in every situation you find yourself in. He has promised not to ever leave you to struggle alone. In every situation you find yourself, you should first be thankful to God you are alive. Then you can go ahead to pray to God and make your prayer request. The most interesting thing about making requests to God is that you are very sure He is going to answer you and get your request for you, no matter how long it takes. If you request for something small, He probably has something big planned for you. And if you request for something big, He probably has something bigger planned for you. God will never leave your side to struggle alone. God has a plan for you all, and He would make sure He executes it in your life throughout the course of your stay on earth. John 16 verse 33 says, "I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." God has truly overcome the world as He created everything, both living and non-living things in it. God is assuring you that there will not be moments of trouble in your life. All God is saying is that He would be with you throughout these periods. You should not lose hope. You should always know that you serve a living God, and He would never watch you suffer. God loves you so much, but sometimes as humans, you have no idea how much God loves you. You should reciprocate this love by living a fulfilled life dedicated to serving God. God keeps repeating that He would always be there for you. You need to always serve God and be appreciative of all He has done in your life. God did not just create you to roam the earth without a purpose. God has a mission for everyone. Psalm 32 verse 8 says, "I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you." God will always guide and protect you. You have an obligation to receive instructions from Him and do exactly what He instructed you to do. You can never be disobedient, as this brings about punishment from God. God has promised that He would always give you instructions on what to do and when to do it. All you need to do is to communicate with Him so that you can always hear Him clearly when He speaks to you. When your communication with God is lost, He would also be far from you, and He would not bother to instruct you on what to do next. A life without God is a life without purpose. You can all agree that the way the life of an unbeliever turns out is way different from how the believer's life turns out. There are some differences that make you know that God is involved in someone's life. I'm not saying Christians would not face challenges. Of course they would. But they would have a chill that everything is going to be fine. Matthew 11, verse 28 through 29. "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." God has ordered you to always run to Him in every situation. God has promised to give your soul rest, and it is certain that He can and He would. God is gentle and humble in heart, and He wants you to come and learn from Him. God has always and will always be the one you run to when you need help, and this fact would never change. He has power over everything on earth. God is the Messiah, the helper, the writer of fate, and the enforcer of destiny. God is all-knowing. Hence, He wants you to learn from Him. God has the power to do all things, but He still chooses to be lenient and forgiving to the souls that have gone astray.